Hey, what's up you guys, it's Steph, and today we are here with my May wrap-up. Yes, it is the very last day of May when you're seeing this, but I've read 10 books this month, and I feel like I can hold the brakes for about 2 days, because I'm filming this on the 30th. Yeah, so today and tomorrow I'm not reading. When you're seeing this today and yesterday, but you get the point. I'm taking a little break. I still need to build my Queer Lit Readathon TBR, and I need help. Anywho, today we're going to talk about the books that I read this month, and like I said, I read 10, and I feel accomplished as all heck. I got back on track with my Goodreads goal. I'm actually ahead of my Goodreads goal. Like, I killed it this month. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I killed it. Let's get talking about the books, because the first one I read was actually not this one. Let me get the first one I read, because it was RUMPLE Buttercup by Matthew Gray Gubler. RUMPLE Buttercup is a children's book about the main character, RUMPLE Buttercup, who he feels weird, he feels different, doesn't really fit in. No, I'm not going to go too much into the synopsis of the story because I actually did like a video review of it, and I'll leave it for you in the icon above and description down below. But it is a really sweet book. I really enjoyed it. It's like 100 and something pages. It's a really cute kids book that has his illustrations in it because he both wrote and illustrated the book, Matthew Gray Gubler, who you might know from Criminal Minds because he is Spencer. And it was just really cute and really enjoyable. And if you have kids, I would recommend it. I think they might like it too. I don't know, I'm not a kid, so. Kids are into some weird things, man. I don't know. Next up, we have the official movie special for Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse. And come on, this was one of the best movies that I've seen in a long time. And when I found this on Amazon, I was like, someday you will be mine. And this month, it finally came in and it is mine. So this is just some behind-the-scenes stuff of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, talking about the character designs, talking about like the inspiration for characters. It's really freaking awesome. Let's see what we get when we turn the page. So we got some Spider-Gwen development art, and my god, it's just so cool to look at like the design of all these characters, how they decided what spider people they're going to pull in for the movie, and it's just very exciting. I love it a lot. I really want to get the one for Ant-Man and the Wasp and Black Panther, and I think there's one other one, but those are the two I really want. So next up we have Survive the Night by Danielle Vega. This one was okay. To be honest with you, I wasn't really feeling it. Like at the point where I was finally like, I'm gonna finish it so I can get back on track with my Goodreads goal because I'd already started it. I was maybe like 100 pages in, and I just set it down. Didn't really go pick it up. Maybe a month ago I set it down, and I picked it back up this month. Wasn't really feeling it. We get towards the end, and this book just gets absolutely crazy, off the rails. Don't know what's happening, but I'm kind of here for it. Like, there's some serious Atlantis 2 vibes in this book towards the end, and that's why I was so here for it, because Atlantis 2 is like, I love Atlantis and Atlantis 2, fight me, and like those vibes towards the end, I was like, no way, this doesn't make sense to what was happening before, but okay, let's do it. It was just wild. I ended up giving this like 3 or 4 stars because of the ending. Like, it was just wild. I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it without spoilers. But it got wild, like, okay, this is happening now, wild. Next up, we have my big boy book that I reviewed, or didn't really review, I did a reading reaction, and somehow the author saw it, and that's why it has more views than my usual videos, because he tweeted it out. Thank you, Mr. Sykes, that was very cool. I'm sorry I wasn't more concise with my review, and like, didn't try to plan it beforehand. I had so many thoughts about this book. It is so good. I still have all my tabs in it, and I ran out of purple tabs. That's how much, like, I was tabbing in this book. So I never know how to really describe this book, but it opens up with our main character waiting for her execution. That's the first chapter. A lot of the story is flashbacks and like a story being told while she's on hold for her execution, and they have to delay her execution actually multiple times because the story just keeps going, and the person interrogating her is trying to get information. It's almost 700 pages, but it is so freaking good. It took me maybe a week to read it just because of like other circumstances, but oh my god, it's so freaking good. It's only a book 1. This is book 1 in the series. I want the other ones immediately, but this is his newest book, so I have to wait a while, and 700 pages, takes a long time to write, I assume. I'm just very excited for the next book in this series, and I kind of want to check out his other books because I really enjoyed his writing style as well. He has one of those writing styles where it's like, here's the thought, or is it? Or it's like, how hard can this be? Very hard. Like, it's kind of like that, where like they say something up here, and then like it's just an answer to that question. I really enjoy that writing style, and that was throughout this book, so I just really, really enjoyed it. This also had some pretty complex characters, and like the character dynamics I really loved. It's just a really good book, you guys. I would recommend it. Next up, we have one of my least favorite books that I've ever read, and that's Freaks, Alive on the Inside by Annette Curtis Klaus. This one. So I picked it up from the local book barn because, wow, I love that cover. It looks fun. You know what, I want to read about like some carnivals and circus side acts because that's kind of goes along with my whip that I'm working on. It's like kind of circus things. And I thought, why not? Let's just pick it up and see what it is. And look how cute and small it is. It's a little square. Fortunately, this book kind of sucked. I don't know. I get that it's supposed to be like written kind of old-timey, and this takes place back in like what, the 1920s or 1930s, I assume. It was still. Honestly, at some points the language is so overtly sexual, and this kid is supposed to be like 16 or 17. I get it. Like, you're writing YA, but do you have to be that overtly sexual with the language and stuff and the suggestive things? And then, like, there's this whole, we start out with a plot, and then we end up with a whole new plot, kind of, but it's the same plot. I just really didn't like how things connected in this book, and then there would be things where it's like, okay, let's read along, and like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen to this character. They pretty much basically explain it right there on like the same page or the next page, like, oh, this character's gonna die, this character isn't gonna do very well, bye-bye. Like, their foreshadowing sucked. It was very blatant, this is what's gonna happen, foreshadowing, not like kind of like mysterious, like, ooh, what could happen? No, it's like, this is going to happen. Oh, look, it happened like a chapter later, a few pages later. It sucked. Like, I don't know, man, I really hated this book. I'm sad I spent money on it and didn't try to read it somewhere else first. I thought it would be good. I thought it would be interesting. The way everything like played out, it was just kind of, what the fudge am I reading, man? I hated it. I might do like a full review on it, but I hated it. Next up, we're getting to my library books. I'm probably going to take back later today or tomorrow. Depends. First up, we have Hawkeye, My Life as a Weapon. This one, I actually have a few of the solo comics that I own, but I don't have like the full bound of all of them, so seeing that my library had it, I get it. As y'all know, Hawkeye is my favorite. Like, I'm still mad about what they did to him in Endgame. I'm mad that they did my boy like dirty like that. But I love Hawkeye. I stand. This is a collection of comics just talk about Clint and being Hawkeye and being an Avenger, but also kind of an Avenger that no one fully appreciates because he is just the bow and arrow guy. Appreciate my boy, damn it. It also features Lucky the dog, so if you're looking for comic books that feature good boys, I would recommend. Next up, I read Daughters Unto Devils. Wow. This one, I was expecting some demon mischief and fun stuff like that. Now we got the Lord being in this house and demons not really showing up until the end. And then the big overarching message is like, don't worry, you can't be possessed by demons. You had a demon in you all along. What? And in the beginning they keep alluding to this big thing that happened last winter. And when it actually like comes to, it wasn't really that big of a thing, to be honest, compared to their mother almost dying in childbirth. And the baby almost dying in childbirth, but whatever, I guess. I don't know. And then the ending of this book, how did it end? I already forgot. I kind of don't remember how it ended. I won't spoil the ending, but I guess it makes sense, I guess. They never really fully explained how demons work in this universe, although I guess it's kind of biblical demons. Low-key kind of feels like Evil Dead style. What are they called? I do not remember what they're called. It's on the tip of my tongue. They feel kind of like that. So, there is that. Didn't really enjoy it. Not so much what I expected. Kinda meme-worthy at points, I'll be honest with you. Kinda meme-worthy. I kinda want to film a review just to push out some memes and then be done with it. Next we read Batman Nightwalker. This one, I was very stoked to find at my local library. I actually got the Superman Dawnbreaker from the LitJoy March crates, and I really enjoyed it. That was my first look into the DC Icon series. The first one I wanted to read had been Catwoman, but I don't have her. And I found Batman at my local library, so I was like, hell yeah, I want to read some more DC young adult. And this was fantastic. It's really cool to know the differences between Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent growing up. We had Clark who grew up on a farm, he grew up in kind of the rural country, and then we have Bruce Wayne, who grew up an orphan, like, in the city with this wealth around him. And when we come into the book, he just got his trust funds opened, so now he has all the monies. It was a really, really good story, just talking about how he ended up becoming Batman out of circumstances. The really cool thing about the DC Icon series I've noticed so far is when they always allude to characters that end up becoming something in the distant future, whether that be a villain, another hero, another love interest, something. They're always, like, there, and it's really cool to see. They're either, like, friends with the protagonist, or they are just kind of acquaintances with the protagonist. They never really come to, like, them being, like, a superhero until towards the end. Towards the end of the book is when they're finally like, you know what, I need to use my tech, my money, my powers, and use that to save the day and help the people I care about. That's another thing I like about both these books. Like, there's always, like, something centered on people they care about, and they're like, you know what, I can't let this happen. Like, really showing the hero in them. And then, like, the very, very end is, like, them being like, you know what, I am a good person. I can save people. And I just really, really like that about the series. I want to read Catwoman. I want to read Wonder Woman. And hopefully that happens. Does anyone know if there's going to be a fifth book in the series? Because I would love to read that as well. Give me Green Arrow. Give me some Green Lantern. Give me Aquaman. That's going to be an interesting one. Next, we have Down and Across by Arvin Amandi. And this one I picked up because my library does not have Girl Gone Viral. I've requested it, but I've heard nothing. I actually started this one when it first came out in the Penguin Random House First Reader program. I don't think I ever finished it, though. Down and Across follows Scott as he runs away from home to try and learn how he can become gritty and just stick with things more instead of, like, starting things and not finishing, only getting halfway through things. He just wants to become gritty and be able to focus on things so he can have a successful future. Along the way, he meets some colorful characters, some antics ensue, and it is a fun ride. I really enjoyed this book, finally getting to finish it, and I'm very excited for Girl Gone Viral. I really hope my library buys it soon. I thought it was really fun because there were, like, twists and turns you couldn't see coming because of how kind of unpredictable one of the characters is. I don't know how to pronounce her name because it's spelled very weird, but apparently I had a paper in there. Apparently I had 2 papers in there. It was a really good story. I really enjoyed it, and I'm very excited for Girl Gone Viral. Have I said that yet? Finally, on my list, we have an ARC that was on my Kindle that I haven't lit up because I don't think there's very much battery left. And it was an ARC of Goblin by Gerhard Gerke. Now, Goblin is an interesting one. It follows, as you may have guessed, goblins. We come into the book, goblins just living their best life. They're hunting. They're coming in and out of the village. They're doing stuff. But there is chaos that comes and ensues. Humans discover their village, they ransack it, they kill a bunch of the goblins, they take a bunch of the ones they leave alive hostage and prisoner, and they are taking them to find some kind of treasure. They're coming for their gold, they're looking for their big treasure. And there is a journey that ensues where we have our main goblin, Spicy. He manages to escape the party, get caught back in, escape caught. He's one of those guys who's just like, yes, no, and he gets into some shenanigans. He gets caught with some unlikely allies and some foes, and it's just really interesting to see where the story goes because you don't really know what the treasure is going in, and when you finally come to the end of the line, oh boy. It's a very interesting read, and if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down below to its Amazon page because it's going to come out tomorrow when this video goes up, because this video is going up on the 31st. It comes out on June 1st, so that's tomorrow. So if you want to pick it up or maybe pre-save it, you can. Oh, and I have to pick all these up for the thumbnail. Not the thumbnail, but like the outro. Oh, no. And that's what I read in, what month is it? In May. I am so stoked, especially knowing I read an almost 700-page book. Amongst all of these, like, bro, that's sick. I'm very proud of that fact, being a 10-book month with one book being almost 700 pages. I think I read about 2,000 pages in total, and it's like, hell yeah, frick yeah. If you want to check out my other videos, I'll leave them for you on the side right here, as well as my face right here. You can hit the bell icon down below to be notified when I post new videos on Mondays and Fridays. We have fun with books here, and that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely day/night, and I'll see you later. Bye.